Alright everyone, just quickly before the video starts, as you guys are sure are aware, my channel's 1 year anniversary is coming up. So if you guys have any ideas or suggestions of what I should do for that, please leave them in the comments. Alright, here's how I'm gonna rate them. 1. The hub world. The hub world is like how well does the server have their hub set up? How well, does it work well? Is it intuitive? Or is it just boring, bland, stuff like that? 2. The minigames. Are the minigames any good? Are they bad? Are they just something you can put together and survive a world in several minutes? Or are they something that's really, really good that we never seen before? 3. The microtransactions. This is a Bedrock server after all, so there's going to be microtransactions. Are they worth it? Are they an obvious cash grab? Stuff like that. And lastly, the user experience. How do we get from point A to point B? How do we get to the minigames? How does the server do stuff like that? Also, things like the server performance, how well it handles lag, how often it lags, stuff like that, fall into this category as well. With these basic judging items set up, let's get into the actual meat of the video. I'm not gonna lie, this part actually blew me away. This section of the video could either be the longest section or the shortest section, depending on what they have. In the background, you're seeing some footage from a stream that I did exploring Pixel Paradise a couple days ago or weeks ago, depending on when this video was released. But I was actually quite surprised. They seem to put a lot of effort into their hub world, a lot more than I was expecting. And I don't think I can do it justice, just in this video alone. So I plan on releasing a follow-up video to this, called Exploring Pixel Paradise. It's just the hub world. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but from my exploration, it took me like an hour and 16 minutes, a little more, to find everything that it had to offer. If that's just saying anything. So, yeah, with this shocker out of the way, we can move on to the next segment of the video, which would be the minigames. And let me tell you, this is where the server starts to hurt a little bit. Well, let's get on with it. Alright, Pixel Paradise consists of 4 main minigames, those being Spleef, TNT Run, Volcano, and Island. Volcano used to be paid, however, it no longer requires a payment, but Islands you still need a pass for. So, let's start things off with Spleef, shall we? First game we're going to be looking at is Spleef. Now, one good thing is I noticed no significant lag or anything during the game. You can see some background footage of me playing it right now. But the issue is, well, there's nothing interesting about it. I mean, it's Spleef. It's been done 1,000 times before. It's almost impossible to screw up. And it's not really like a unique minigame. Like, unlike TNT Run, it has no creative twist whatsoever. Just like your standard run-of-the-mill Spleef that if you really wanted to, you could probably just make in like a single-player world using some command blocks. No, some people have done that before. I know, right, as you can see, they have a feature where the blocks will start now breaking automatically, but unfortunately, they break too slow to make any of a real difference to the gameplay or feel of the match. So basically, they're like an extra feature that it feels like it has some potential, but they just don't do anything with it, and it just kind of doesn't work right with it. And, well, yeah, that's really all I have to say about this game mode. It's pretty bland. There's nothing exciting, new, or innovative about it. It's just there. 2 out of 5. Alright, next up we have TNT Run, another very original game that definitely hasn't been done a million times before. However, I will give them some credit. They do have some interesting little power-up things that you can select before the game start. These include Enderman, Snow Golem, Creepers, Slime, Chicken, and Witch, each one with their own little special effects. I believe the Chicken is the default kit. There's not really that much to say about it. I mean, they have, like, in Spleef, they have the visible leaderboard thing, but it's just classic TNT Run. I don't know why it does this. I don't know why half the people it spawns in the middle and the other half it spawns around the edge of the arena. That's just a thing. I do like the little ability cooldown thing and the time elapsed in remaining players. I mean, it's not that complicated, but it does give it kind of a nice little feature. Speeding up the gameplay right now in the background so you can kind of see what's going on. Overall, it was a pretty smooth experience. Most of the time, I did experience some lag, and the falling TNT, while a cool effect, was kind of annoying. I do wish that there was some type of feature where you could just like turn it off. I think that'd be very handy because sometimes you can just get distracted by it just falling on your head. And it kind of I want to say takes away, but it kind of like can annoy you after some time. But right around here, it started to run into some issues, like the game completely froze. Like, I waited for like 5-10 minutes. This is at 4 times speed, I believe, in the background. I was just running around aimlessly for who knows how long, and it just wouldn't update. No matter what I did, the server just would not come back on. And I decided to quit the game entirely and just come back because the lag was awful. I tried this several other times and the same issue repeated itself. So when it seems to get near the end, it seems to be like a massive lag spike or something, which is not going well for the servers so far. They really need to work on their performance, but that's a whole nother section. Overall, I think I'd rate the game maybe a 3 out of 5. They put at least some effort into it. Not a lot, but the power-ups were pretty cool. Other than that, it's just TNT Run, guys. Not really that much else to say about it. Alright, let's move on to the most interesting game mode, Volcanoes. Now, not gonna lie, this is the game mode I found the most interesting because if you've seen some of the YouTube videos about this that have been circulating, you know that the volcano game mode used to require a volcano pass, but as you can see right here, it made it full-blown free. Well, free is in air quotes because it's extremely grindy. I've never played a prison game mode myself, but I've heard others say that it is a prison game mode. I can kind of see because all you need to collect a ridiculous amount of stuff using just a wooden pickaxe to get to the next stage, or you could do a bunch of microtransactions and just skip right ahead. I guess that's what the volcano pass is for now. It's to like get to other levels easier. It's the most interesting game that Pixel Paradise has that's not paid, at least kind of, and that's kind of sad because you can see in the background there's not that much stuff to it. I mean, it is just a like prison style game mode. You just mine stuff, and you mine stone and coal for shells, and then you can like move on to different parts of the mine which have deeper stuff which you can sell for more and more and more, blah 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 blah. It's kind of original. It's decently fun to play. I do have to admit it is a little addicting, but it's not very like, it is kind of laggy though, which hurts it a little bit, and everything's just so expensive that it kind of makes it like pointless without money. So it's like basically a game they made free, but the only way you can realistically advance in it is if you pay, which is really annoying. I'd actually rate this a 4 out of 5. It is a kind of original game mode. Sure, it's prison, it's been done many times before, but this kind of has its own unique twist, tying in with the quote-unquote lore of the place. But I mean, other than that, it doesn't have that much else, and you can see right here, it lags a lot. It's super grindy, so yeah, I'm just gonna rate it 4 out of 5. It's pretty good, but it could use a lot of improvements. Unfortunately, Islands is still pay to play, which I mean it kind of makes sense. It's in PvP. They're quite money hungry. If you've known any of the other servers that they've had, uh, so I can't. I don't really feel like paying money for something like that. Not the less like $4 or $5 for like a passing. It might be $2. I don't remember, but still, I wasted all my mine coins on dumb maps ages ago, and I really don't feel like giving these people money for this type of stuff. Well, from what I've heard, it's basically just like Skyblock, kind of like an island Skyblock type of thing. But it's Pixel Paradise, so it's on an island this time, and like the minions that you can find like Hypixel Skyblock, they're basically replaced with like the little helpers that you can buy for like $40 on the pass or something really cheap like that. Other than that, there's not that much to say about it. I can't really give it like a solid rate because I don't know what exactly it is, but I would say maybe 3 out of 5. It's basically just Skyblock, but you're on an island. Nothing really original about it. Probably took some work to get running, but from footage I've seen of it, you can probably just look up footage of it too. It's nothing special. It's just Skyblock, but you're on an island, and that's about it. Alright, now on to what I would call the worst part of this server, the microtransactions. As you know, it's run by NPVP. They're kind of known for being a little something we like to call money hungry. And so, of course, there'd be a lot of microtransactions in this, and they've come under fire for this. That's probably the reason why Volcano was made partially free, because of all the public backlash they've gotten for it basically being a big cash grab. First off, Spleef and TNT Run don't have any microtransactions as of yet, thank goodness. All of the kits on TNT Run are free to use, and Spleef, there's nothing you really can monetize, so we're pretty much good there. But on Volcano, there's the Volcano Pass to basically get far easy, and on top of that, you need to buy a pass to even be able to view even more microtransactions. I have a picture of them right on the screen right now. And these microtransactions go for around, I think the flame pick is like $10. And get this, the volcano pick, the one that mines everything, is up to $40 US. I'm not even kidding, $40 US. That's the price for this thing. Also, as you can see on screen now, the Islands Pass, that's also a thing. Islands, you still need to pay to get into it in the first place. That's only like $2, but the big kicker is the VIP Pass, which is basically just the Island and Volcano Pass combined with like one of each helper. The helpers also are paid as well, and it also comes to around $40. I mean, like, it's such an obvious cash grab. This is where this server takes a huge hit, right here. Just the blatant grab for money is just insane. Now that out of the way, let's move on to the next segment and final segment, which would be the performance and user experience, since we got that out of the way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of regretting lumping like lag and the innovative things that the server does into one segment. It's because they're two entirely different things. Like, I mean, just view the background footage. Like, as soon as I loaded into the volcanoes, the game practically froze. And you can see how bad the lag is. I basically am allowed to skip all the way down to the bottom mine and just dig around. You can see that, like, you can break blocks and stuff right here, and you can see right here, I actually start to break the side thing, and it lets me, like, perfectly fine. Like, the lag in here is horrible. If you go back to the Spleef game from, the TNT run game from earlier, you saw it lag up, and also in the Volcano game mode, you saw it lag up quite too. I mean, I know it's a new server and all, there's a lot of people, but it's been out for like several weeks. I mean, don't you think they should have improved their stuff by now? I mean, like, I literally had to exit and open up the game again to be able to get it back up. Alright, now I'm just gonna keep on playing this because I'm lazy. But the actual interface of Pixel Paradise, I'm not gonna lie, it's quite good. I do like, as you can see, kind of barely to the Minecraft thing right there, you can see the screen. It should have been the last section, but I'm too lazy to edit it back in. But you can see all of those figures right around, like all of the walking figures and stuff like that. Well, now the flag's fixed, but all of like the little minifigures, all of like the, what are they called? NPCs. All of the NPCs that it has, all the animations they have, I'm not gonna lie, they are quite sweet. The way that those are set out are quite good. I like it. Like, they react to you responding to them, and if you walk around the hub world and talk to some of the NPCs, they can talk back to you and cool stuff like that. That took some effort. That's cool stuff that I like. But, other than that, I mean, it's an okay server. I'm just gonna put my conclusion there. My little video's about to run out, so I have to now find some background footage, darn it. But, overall, I mean, it's okay. There's nothing, like, awful about it except for the microtransactions. The minigames are decent, I guess. The performance is kind of awful, especially in TNT Run and Volcano, I've noticed. The minigames, they're okay. The only really good one is Volcano. Islands is just skyblock. The other two have been done a million times. And the hub world is really the only stellar thing about this. I mean, you can kind of tell that in PvP it's supposed to be a quote-unquote roleplay server. I mean, in the Discord they mentioned that they were focusing on trying to get a different type of audience, and it kind of shows in the hub world, because there's a lot of stuff there. Like, I was quite surprised. There is a decent amount of stuff there to explore, and it's kind of interesting. If they more focus on that, I think the server could do a lot better, because I'm not even gonna... I streamed this a while ago. I enjoyed exploring the server more than playing their games. I enjoyed their hub world, going around their hub world and getting the different little titles, more than I did playing the main content. That's not a good sign. So overall, it's like 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5. There's so much stuff they need to improve on, but there's some potential. I'd say if they focus more of the less on that kind of roleplay element that they showcased in the hub world, and they said they wanted to go for, if they leaned more into that, it would be a much more fun server, because, I mean, the mini games are just getting blasted everywhere for it, and for good reason. And you can kind of show that they caved, because they made volcanoes and stuff free and all that stuff. But, if you watched this far, you have to say, thank you for watching an honest review of Pixel Paradise video. Yay! I plan on making this a little series thing later in the future, depending on it. It just depends on how well, like, this video does or stuff like that. I like the concept and stuff. I think it's pretty neat. I would like to do something like this, maybe with the other Bedrock featured servers, maybe non-featured servers. I don't know. Just depends on how well this video does. But overall, yeah, I like this experience. I know this is a different type of video than what I normally do. I've been working on this for a long time, and so I don't want to hold you guys accountable any longer and watching this. Also, this is unscripted too. I'm too lazy to write a script for this. I just wrote down some key points and just been going over those. So, like, tell me in the comments and stuff if you like this kind of video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.